Hi, this is Sarah. March 1st is when the new 21st Century Austen Patreon begins. This means that you're going to have the opportunity to read Sweeten Up Ginny Darcy, the sixth book in the 21st Century Austen series, well in advance of it getting published. It won't be published until this Patreon round ends, and everybody has had a chance to read all the chapters of the book here on Patreon. That means we probably won't publish the book until January 2024. So if you're excited about this book, which is a gender swap of Pride and Prejudice, focused on Ginny Darcy from Pride, Prejudice, and Pledging, this is your chance to get the book now. Patreon is a system where you pledge a support level and I provide content. You are not donating to me. You are giving me money in exchange for something else. So let's talk about the different levels of support you can commit to and what you're going to get. If you scroll down from the page, which the link will be in the description, but you will also find it in emails, you'll see there are 3 tiers of support that you can give. Tier 1 is the reader tier. This is $3 a month. This is for the people who just want to read the chapters. You're not really interested in much else, though certain goals might get you additional content because we've hit those goals. But at this point, you're just reading 2 chapters a month. You will have an ebook that you will get if you are with us when this round ends, this book is completed. You will be listed in the acknowledgments as a Patreon supporter, and that book will be for you to keep. You won't have to come back here to read it. Tier 2 is the fan tier. This is for $5 a month. This is for people who want a little bit more, like the A Little More series of short stories that I've done over the years. Because this second half of the series is dealing with the Lecoq big picture, I'm holding off on those short stories for a final sort of 9th book, if you will. But there's a lot of content that's leading up to it, including short stories, deleted scenes, character profiles, character journaling that I think readers or fans might want to engage with. So that's the additional content you will get, and you will get 1 item a month. This is the most popular tier right now because people like to read things. I completely agree. I love to read things. So this is what Patreon is considering the most popular tier. You can see it has this purple box around it. It says most popular. That's where most people are joining. And then our 3rd tier is Superfan. This is the old collaboration Patreon that I ran for years, where people got to give feedback. So keep in mind, with tier 1 and 2, the reader and the fan, you're going to be able to comment on the chapters. You're going to read them right in Patreon. But those chapters might not necessarily influence the way the story goes, this specific book, because Sweeten Up Ginny Darcy is written, edited, proofread, ready to go. I'm just doing this as a way to have fun with readers before I want to hit publish on the book. I think this will be a more exciting way to read the book. But again, there is different levels. So at $10, not only are you reading, not only are you getting the bonus content, but you're making decisions about the bonus content. You're going to decide characters who get short stories, what might happen in those short stories. When we get to the bad dates with our romantic heroes, what happens in those bad dates? That's a fun thing to make decisions about. You'll also get input into the books that are coming up, Citation Needed, the Tilney's Haunted Farm, the Lecoq stories. You'll get a say in all of that, including things that I write that are romance, but not necessarily 21st Century Austen related. This includes a poll that you'll get to decide each month of what gets shared to the bonus content, and a Zoom where we talk about what's going on and what decisions you get to make. Because tier 1 and tier 2, the reader and the fan, are getting the ebook with their name in the acknowledgments, this tier gets a little more. That acknowledgement moves to the front page as a super fan. And you get a print and an audiobook copy of the book once they are ready to go. So that's something to keep in mind. When you pledge your support, and I'll show you the quick thing, a few things to do to get to that. You will be able to read right here. You'll get an email every time I post something available to you, and you can come here and read it. So here's a post I did. You can see it says recent post by Sara Marks. 4 days ago, 2 p.m. goals, talking about one of the goals I have financially, which is you'll see the goals are here right above it, that once we get to 50, we'll do these super stupid haikus, etc. There's different tiers, different rewards, that different tiers will get different elements of it, but I'm going to do a separate video about that. For now, just know you'll read things right here. You'll be able to get back to them anytime you want to, as long as you're at that tier. So if you change tiers and you roll back to a lower level, or you jump forward, you might get additional or less content than you did before. To get the ebook or the print and audiobooks, you need to make sure you're a member of the Patreon when the project wraps up. I will be noting who those people are so that they are sent their content. But if you're a member for a month and then leave the month before the book finishes, you're not going to get the ebook, because you're not going to be a member anymore to get that content from them. That being said, if you join in the last month and you only get the ebook, I'm not going to be that pissy about it. I really am not. The goal is for you to be able to read these ahead of time in some capacity. So when you pick the tier you want, let's say you want the $5 a month tier, you just click join. You will set up a Patreon account for yourself. It will ask you for financial information. You can use your Google or Facebook accounts, but it's not working for me right now. But you can type in your name, your email address, set a password, and it will allow you to you can make a custom pledge if you don't want a tier. I hesitate to encourage you in any way to do it, but if you want to set your own custom pledge, you can, but you're not going to get the content. It's going to the specific tiers, and if you're not assigned to a tier, you're not going to get it. So let me know your questions about Patreon, and what if you want to know the plan, if you want to know other things, I'm happy to answer them, but watch for other videos that might explain what kind of goals that I have and what that means for you.